Hey, Shalom, Makim, Shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Kakadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Noise in this gospel, by lifting up the standard of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, wherever it may be. Real quick, this is a photo that was shared in a group meet, all right, of the universe, the galaxies, okay, the solar system, whatever you want to call it, the heavens, okay, the second heaven, which the scriptures refer to three heavens. You got the heavens of the heavens, which is where the Most High dwells, which is above the second heaven, which is considered outer space. The second heaven, all right, and then you got the first heaven, which is considered our pretty much our atmosphere. Like when you look up and you see the above or you see the sky, okay, the ozone layer or the atmosphere. Then above that, the second heaven. Then above that, the third heaven. Okay, because you got to understand that the earth or the heavens are broken up into particular spheres. Like it goes, you got the atmosphere, you got the stratosphere, hypmosphere, thermosphere, etc. But basically, this picture dictates the universe. And if we understand the scriptures, we know that the scriptures tells us that the Israelites will be as the sand of the sea. Now, when you look at the stars in heaven and you look at the sands on the planet Earth, they're kind of equivalent because the sands on the earth is innumerable, okay? At least to the human eye. Now, the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, they have understanding of these things, where the Most High, Yahweh himself, which is the Father, have the exact number of the speckles of sand, and he knows the stars by name, as the scripture stated that he knows the stars each by name. So that's a powerful being we're dealing with, like the Heavenly Father. All these stars, this is probably like 1 trillion stars right here alone. The Most High have them all by name, okay, in a particular order. So it says every dot is a star. Every dot is a galaxy. Every bubble is a universe. Okay, so a universe being of this solar system we're in, like a galaxy being a solar system or a universe, and then among these universes you have other universes, man, which shows you that the kingdom of heaven is going to be far beyond what we can reason. Okay, it's to the point we can't even really speak on it overly thoroughly because we don't really have the in-depth of it in these third dimensional bodies. Like the Most High basically told Edris, like, look, man, if you can measure the wind, or you can measure the fire, or you can bring back yesterday, then I can tell you these secrets as to why the Most High do what he does. Or if you go down to the bottoms of the deep, or measure out the ocean, or measure up into the stars in heaven, then he will reveal these things, you know? So a lot of these things are just too much for a mortal man to fathom. But when we get those spiritual bodies and we get the full understanding of what we are to be, because even Paul stated that we do not know yet what we should be, roughly paraphrasing it, then we have more insight as to what these things are. Because I mean, the earth is Earth is infinite in size as it seems, and just imagine you have Earth-like planets out there that can sustain life, or extraterrestrial life, which is the superhuman bodies. Okay, so hey, we in for for a treat, brothers, man. Okay, and we can't begin to fathom the glory that the Most High has for us. And you know what? We're close, because this devil, he's literally going down by the day. You know, with this whole MOTB system being set up, the Charagma, which is the CHIP, you know, they're getting ready to go cashless in July. It's a lot of shit that's getting ready to happen, and we're closer to the kingdom of heaven than we thought. So I did a Google search. It says, how many Earth-like planets are there? Okay, so of course Esau, you know, he gives us his concocted madness, but they have some type of idea by studying the heavens with their space observatories and the NASA bullshit. And let's see what he says. It says, this means there could be as many as 2 billion Earth-sized planets in the Milky Way, which is our galaxy. Milky Way galaxy alone, meaning they haven't discovered everything in our solar system. Okay, I remember they used to teach that we had 9 planets. Now, allegedly, there's 10 planets, Planet X. It says more as many as 2 billion Earth-sized planets in the Milky Way galaxy alone. And assuming that all galaxies have a number of such planets similar to the Milky Way, in the 50 billion galaxies in the observable universe, there may be as many as 100 quintillion Earth-like planets. He don't know that, man. But I mean, you know, the definitive wisdom of the Most High is I guess it's safe to guess, but you can't guess because there's no number on it, man. Okay, but Esau let him tell it. He's been there. He's experienced it. He's sent rover way out to the farthest galaxy in the universe. He's full of shit, but nonetheless, 50 billion galaxies. That's light. That's a light thing for the Most High to do, because we're dealing with the power that has no that has no limit to its power, man. Okay, and they got Earth doppelgangers, a list of Earth-like planets. Now, when you look at a doppelganger is basically a carbon copy. Okay. Now it says how many Earth-like planets are out there. So he gives you different numbers, but it says NASA says among over 5,000 identified extraterrestrial planets, over 200 could be similar to Earth. Okay. Now let's look at this. Earth's doppelgangers, because when the Most High creates, he just don't create one thing. He creates a duplicate. The Most High is very diverse, So Earth's doppelgangers of Earth-like planets. There are 2 trillion galaxies in the observable universe. For all 2 trillion galaxies, each one has 100 billion stars. Like he really knows that for a fact. But let's say if he's somewhat accurate, right? Next one in 5 stars has an Earth-like planet. That means that there are as many as 40 billion Earth-sized planets. Okay, so you got Kepler, 22b, Kepler 69c, Kepler 62c, Kepler 62f, and then you have Earth. So these are basically supposed to be all the Earth-like planets, basically, that contains water and gases and so forth, for atmosphere. Okay. And that's a beautiful thing, though. You know why? Because Yahweh Shai, he set up these particular things for our understanding at a latter time. Like it says, Kepler 62 is a 5-planet system of about 1,200 light years away from Earth, and in the Lyria constellation. It says the host stars are smaller and cooler than our sun, but the first 3 planets closer to the sun are too hot and too inhospitable. Next, the planet Kepler 62f, which is in the inhospitable zone. But Kepler is the smallest of the habitable planets and is about 40% larger than Earth. It says it completes a full revolution around its host star every 267 days. It says we don't know if it contains water, but likely it's covered in rocks. Okay, so that's the point he's made. Esau's a demon. But regardless of that, look what Yahweh Shai say. Yahweh Shai comfort his disciples. It says, let not your heart be troubled. Ye believe in the Father, believe also in me. But in my Father's house are many mansions. Okay, and if it were not so, I would have told you, and I go to prepare a place for you. And if I go there to prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you to myself, that where I am, ye may also be. Okay, so look up mansions. This is going into the planets and the galaxies. Okay, because for one thing, we know that our Lord went away to the heavens. He went away into the spiritual realm, which is the 3rd heaven. Okay, which Paul was called up into, which is the 4th dimension. So Yahweh Shai went to a farther land, or he went out in the heavens. That lets us know that he's talking about heavenly abodes. Now you can say, well, that's talking about mansions in heavens and shit like that, which is bullshit. Okay, because a mansion is basically an abode. An abode is a place where you dwell at, or where you can live at. And when you think about the planets and the different worlds, then it makes sense as he was talking about the planets in outer space. Okay, because for one thing, it says my father's house. Now the scripture said that earth is my throne and heaven is my throne room and earth is my footstool. Okay, so if the Most High is referring to the heavens as his throne room, and the Lord said of my father's house is many mansions, and that's talking about in the heavens. Okay, it makes a lot of sense. But you got flat earthers out there that say, well, there ain't no other planets. There is no such thing as no other planets. Wow, well, where they at? Well, look, man, that ain't for you to understand fully. And if you believe in a flat earth, then that's your ass, okay? Keep believing in that madness until the Most High flattens you. All right, but anyway, it says house. It goes into Okia, which means an inhabited edifice, a dwelling. Okay, the intimates of a house, and the family, property, wealth, goods. All right, now let's go, because you can really equate mansions with house. That can be really used synonymously, or you can use them comparison, so to speak. But let's see what it says for mansions. See what it says here. A stain, abiding, dwelling, abode, make one's abode. Okay, and mansions is also going into the hope for elect, because we're all pillars in the temple Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. But it says residence, the act of a place, abode, in a mansion. And when you think of a mansion is just an extra big, extra huge, or extra big home, or extra big house, or a bigger house of abnormal size. And when you think of a house, a dwelling place, you think of a planet like Earth. Okay, like this is an abodement we're on, abodement. Okay, and it makes sense as to how many Israelites there will be. It makes sense that the Most High will carry out his heavenly planet to further galaxies. Though he can make the earth big enough to fit every soul on the planet Earth, but we understand that the Most High, he's a power of divinity, and he's a power of diversity. So the Most High, he likes to show off, man. Okay, and he's gonna show off. Because, I mean, honestly speaking, I want to know what's out there. I want to go to the farthest planet in the galaxy. I want my own planet, you know what I'm saying, for my kids and, you know, my families and so forth, because we're going to continue to procreate and procreate. It's going to be a fucking, bro, like the kingdom is, I can't even explain it. All right, the kingdom is just going to be just off the chain, brothers, man. Okay, like we can't begin to understand the glory that Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is revealing, man. That's why we got to be patient, and this is the reason why we must stay in this thing. Okay, fuck the scoffers and the scorners and the haters and all them other guys, man. Look, they don't want what we got promised to us. Okay, they want to remain here and carry out the plan. No, we want Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai to rule over us, man. Okay, and to put us in our rightful place. Finally. Okay, Romans 8:17. It says here 16. It says the Spirit bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. Okay, and if children, then heirs of God, and joint heirs with the Anointed. If so be that we suffer with them, that we may be glorified together. So a joint heir. Look up joint heir, right? It's back to the basics, because Jake don't look up words, and this is a huge word. So let's see what it says.
Strong's G 4789. Sug kleronamas.
What the fuck?
Sug kleronamas.
I couldn't pronounce it if you paid me. It says a fellow heir, a joint heir, one who obtains something assigned to himself with others, a joint participant. So didn't the Most High give all things into subjection of Yahweh Shai? Okay, and if he's given everything, every principality, every knee will bow, every spirit will bow and confess that Yahweh Shai is the anointed. And he's going to give us that power, man. He's going to give the nations, or give us power to have the nations to bow down to us. Okay, Yahweh Shai ain't going to be the only one living fat in the kingdom, though he's going to live tremendously. But his brothers are going to live good right along with him. You think Yahweh Shai going to come through shining in his men that fought for him is not? No, man. Even when Solomon, which is Yahweh Shai, Solomon's door greeters was literally just like, what the fuck? And these are door greeters. They were all decked out, to the point that the Queen of Sheba thought that the door greeter was Solomon. Then they fainted, man. Like, oh shit. And she found out that wasn't Solomon. She was like, oh my damn. So just imagine when we get in that righteous aspect. And that was in the flood. That was in this dimensional, this third dimensional plane. Okay, that was just in the flesh that he had his men decked out. So just imagine what we're gonna do in spiritual levels, man. I mean, we're gonna literally be able to manipulate elements. We're gonna be able to create out of thin air, like how Most High create. We're gonna be creators, man. Lord may allow us to create our own galaxies and solar systems. And we just don't know. You know, high level thinking. It says, for I reckon that the sufferings of the present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory that should be revealed in us, man. It says, for the earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestation of the sons of the Most High. And that's happening now. The manifestations are the Hebrew Israelites waking up, going out, speaking his word, and binding up the hopeful elect. Okay. Matter of fact, sand C. See what it says here. What the hell, bro? Satan, man. Sand C. We got 19 scriptures. Let's see a good one. 1 Kings 4:20 says, Judah and Israel were many as the sand which is by the sea, the multitude eating and drinking and making merry. Let's get to another one. Isaiah 10:22, it says, for though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant shall return, and the consumption decree shall overthrow with righteousness. Okay. Hosea 1:10, it says, yet the number of the children of Israel should be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it should come to pass that in the place it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it should be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power. Okay. So the scriptures keep telling us and referring to us as the sand of the sea, meaning that's how many of us is going to be. So it makes sense, right? Hebrews 11:12, therefore sprang even one of them, and him as good as the dead, so many as the stars of the sky in multitude, and as the sand which is by the sea shore innumerable, man. Okay, and I show you right there that the Most High is comparing the sand with the stars of heaven, which means that we're going to get them worlds, man. Okay. See, look, because going back into the promises Abraham made, the Most High made Abraham, it says, for he looked for a city which have foundations, whose builder and maker is the Most High. Through faith also Sarah received strength to conceive, and was delivered of a child when she was past age, because she judged him faithful who had promised. Therefore sprang there even of one, in him as good as dead, so many of the stars of the sky in multitude, and as the sand which is by the seashore innumerable, man. Okay, and that's the point. Innumerable multitude, bro. Look at this. That's crazy, man. And we believe in this, even if Esau made this up. But we do understand that the scriptures do go into the constellations of the heavens. So he's on point with that. But regardless of that, man, this is what we have coming to us if we remain faithful. Okay, Psalms 8:1. O Yahweh, our Lord, how excellent is thy name in all the earth, who has set thy glory above the heavens. And this is the heavens, man. Okay, the glory of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai be in the heavens. Psalms 19:1, it says, the heavens declare the glory work of the Most High, and the firmament showeth forth his handiwork. You know, and that's twofold. That goes into the internet, and that also goes into the heavenly abodes that the Most High has put in the heavens, the lights above. Okay, sometimes you just go out in the country and look at the sunset, you know, the sunrise, and look at the stars. It's a beautiful thing, man. Like me personally, I enjoy looking at the stars at night, or the moon, or the sun rising, or the sunset. Some of the most peacefulest things in the world, you know, until you got to get up and fucking go to work. But none of that. Psalms 57:5, be thou exalted, O power above the heavens, and let thy glory be above all the earth. Okay. Psalms 97:6, the heavens declare his righteousness, and all the people see his glory. All right. So, yep, man, that's pretty much it, man. So many scriptures we can go into. But Lord's will, that was encouraging to you brothers out there that may, you know, be struggling to see things, man, in this dark time. But hey, keep pushing, keep the faith. All praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And with that, shalom and a ball. Shalom.